Wow, talk about a mirroring. You really do need to go through. If you haven't seen the Divine Feminine's read, this read is really mirroring yours. So I do believe within the yin and yang, both parties here in the mix at this point in the month are directly going through quite a transformative energy. Now, I do particularly feel that this is a point, and this is quite a gushy read, I'll just say. This individual feels really what would the word be? Obsessed. Okay, this person's quite obsessed. They're in an acceptance. Um, they want to run towards you. I do feel they've had a lot of toxicity around them. I also feel by the crowning energy, we do have an individual that wants to go home. It's a little bit like Dorothy wanting to click their heels and they want to go home. That's what I was hearing. And it's funny because this is a new life, but it's in reverse. And the signification that I was getting is, back to the heydays with Divine Feminine, back to an old situation where, things used to be different. They do realize that they have an old situation. Whenever I yawn in a read, and I thought this would come up with the karmic, I haven't yet recorded that yet, but I do actually have the karmic read cards selected and they're off to the left of me, and it's actually, ironically enough, positioned to the past position. So from a signification point of view, I do directly feel this new life is they're dealing with an old situation. It's very, very toxic. It's very heavy. It's stifling. It's siphoning their energy. And, they're really looking into their life and saying, hey, something's got to give her. It's funny because I just keep getting this vibration of they're wanting to run to you. They're in a hurry. Now, I'm looking at the past position here, and we have the four-leaf clover, but it's in reverse. And so, this is where a lot of those wishes didn't come to pass. They realized that it was a dream come true. It's almost like they're falling. I'm going to have to smudge this room after I tell you. They're falling. They're really falling into this vibration, remembering back to those times. But the funny thing is, they can't remember why they went towards a karmic. They want to forget the past in certain elements of things. This also can be severing a contract, severing a marriage, because it is a 9. And again, it's sitting right next to this past position card is sitting right next to the deck of karmic cards that are up next that I've selected. So it'll be interesting to see. I haven't even channeled them yet, but I'm sure it's going to be a pretty read. So pray for me. I'll have to clear my energy after too. So with this energy, I do get this person's wrapping up an old cycle. I do feel they need to forget. They might have felt at a point it was a wish, but now they feel it's night and day. And we notice this in the heart position. They're wanting to walk away from very dark times, and they're wanting to walk into the light. And they really do feel the vibration as a night and day. And this being a number 3 card, between could you call it a peacock? Not really. I've forgotten the name. You tell me directly below what it is. I'm channeling, so I'm not going to get into the nitty and gritty of it, but do look at it as a totem, because it could have some signifiers, and especially if you want to tell me what the totem relates to this stalk, I think it might be. No, it's not a stalk. Yeah, you tell me anyway. So between 2 worlds here, okay, they're really wanting to get out of the old and move into the light. They're really where they did in the past get really caught up in the building blocks and the knit and grit that they're feeling, look, they'll sort it as they go. They'll really sort it as they go. This is a tower, but the tower is them physically pulling an old life down. They're knowing that in order to get to the light, they do need to go through the dark. They're moving away from the dark, which is positive. And I feel this is almost feeling like a tower. Yeah, accepting. Accepting that a building block with a previous building needed to be pulled down because it wasn't growing, it wasn't structurally sound, and 10 also can be to do with purpose. Their purpose has changed. They feel there's no purpose to what they're doing. They also feel they've been blessed to learn the lessons they have, but they also are, they're praying, they're linking into Gaia, they're looking at life and they're wanting to get their blessings. They feel blessed to even know you. They feel it is a blessing to have a connection at such a deep, deep level. But I do feel they're actually letting certain things go and they're wanting to live the dream, not dream the dream. Okay, as we do look at the bottom row, yeah, again, they just keep bouncing between two things. So I do feel as they're taking steps towards you, they're also, pulling down towers, moving away from things, having pivotal conversations. There are things that they have reached complete acceptance with that they cannot fix, they cannot mend. They have no more investment in it. So some of these things could be very personal. It could be something down to a job. It could be a physical family related dynamic, whatever these things are, or an intimate romantic connection, a karmic contract. They're ready to go. Okay. They're done with this. They're having the pivotal conversations. And where it comes to you, they're ready to go. They're ready to go the distance. Now, I got quite stumped as we come to the last two cards, and I sat with it for a little bit. And again, I was down to pulling a card. Oh, well, they could be pulling the pin at the last minute. This person, they don't want a soulmate. They want the deep connection. This is a karmic connection. Yeah, it's no more karmics for them. It's no more soulmate energies. It's divine feminine. Okay, what is this coker out in a reversal, please? What is this to do with? I feel it's something that, no, I'm not. I'm going to wait. Oh, there's a test coming. Not going to work, though. Somebody's trying to stifle their plans. I also feel involvements of friends. They come on the defense, though, and they're like, look, that's not where I'm going. Somebody's trying to make them second guess their choice. And they're very defensive. They're like, look, you need to back off. It's almost like they feel they're at war. They feel that they are going they're going the distance. Nobody's going to stop them. Whoever this is, whoever's played mind games with them, silly buggers, universe could be sending them some of these things. The ultimate thing that they're really thinking about at this point in time is I've got to get my shit together. I got to prove to my divine feminine that I actually have my life together. I need to level up and be that person that I knew I always was, that divine feminine always knew I was. Yeah, this is weighing heavy on the head. This could be breaking. I'm hearing Breaking Bad. That could be a metaphor for somebody. It's like, yeah, Breaking Bad. Anyone seen that? Wicked movie. Well, was it a movie? No, not really. It was a mini series. Oh, yeah, they're distancing themselves from these individuals, including karmics. It's almost like placed on an urn. There is going to be still unfinished business, but not in the context that divine feminine feels. They know this as well, but also, they do feel with this connection. It was very different to the connection with divine feminine. So, whenever we have elements of Pluto, it's deep. Okay, it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest connection, but it is the most deep deep connection, and there's no, what would the word be? What are they trying to show me? There's no comparison. It's a very different connection. Very, very different connection. They're really wanting me to, thump that in. I see whoever these individuals are coming. It's, usually I do see divine masculine blocking themselves. I'm gospelly telling you, these individuals are not blocking themselves and they're becoming very defensive, and they know what they want. They don't want a soulmate. They do not want a soulmate. All the clarifiers, I've had different questions relating to this position. I do feel, especially with the last two cards, co-create, there is some challenges coming up. Individuals could be saying to them, hey, I want you to go left, not right. There's three areas of life where there are going to be some challenges. This person's actually turning up as a soldier. And the next card was, okay, so why is this so? What's going on here? And we got the consistency and consolidation card. And there's an individual on the card that looks like an angel with wings, sort of like a cupid, and there's peace, coming through for this individual. And this person is really looking up, being very serious. And it's like, no, this is my opportunity to win love. This is my opportunity to bring peace to it. I'm going to pass that test and, face these individuals. And this soulmate energy card, in a reversal, I actually pulled a couple of cards, and what I did get is this person's no longer stuck in their head. They know exactly what they want. They also feel where it does come to karmic. So I noticed that and this sounds really morbid, but this is what I'm visually seeing. It is a metaphor, okay? It's like burying the situation, like cremating it, blowing it into the wind, casting it aside. It's done. It's giving it the peace and the rest it deserves, and moving on to a new chapter. They feel everyone else, and I'm literally noticing, and you might want to take a real close-up view. There literally looks like there's a face at the bottom where the number 41 is. It's probably 14. I'm reading it in reverse, remember. No, it's 41. Twin flame number 1400. Look to the right of it. There's a woman's face. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Like, soulmate who? This energy here. They do think you're a sod. I'm just going to say it, because they're so obsessed by you. They're like, this person has literally bewitched me. Love and light. If you want to see next week's edition early, if you're seeing this in the public, come through and join our YouTube membership where they get these a week ahead of the crowd. Take care. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.